What's up, everybody? This is your guy, Inspirational Rob, and welcome to Rob Talk. We're going to have a good discussion today. We're going to continue on a subject we got into last week on the last podcast, and we're going to continue it. But before we get into today's discussion, our topic, we want to remind you to please like, comment, and subscribe. We need you to subscribe. We need you to comment. We need you to like. We need you to be engaged. That's going to help this channel grow. It's going to help us grow together as a family. I want to be of some help to you, and I want you to be of some help to me. We're going to grow together. This is what this podcast is all about. It's about enlightenment. It's about sharing. It's about giving, and that's what we want to do, okay? So like, comment, and subscribe. I want to get into our subject today. As I said, we were on this subject. We were talking about this last week on the last podcast. And what we talked about was, and the question we asked, and it got really intense. Okay, we asked the question, when is it time to leave a relationship? When should you leave a relationship? When do you know, or should you know when it's time to leave a relationship? And it got intense last week. I know it got intense because the comments I read, and not only that though, but people even people walked up to me. A young lady walked up to me and she gave me her opinion about what she thought about that podcast and about what I said. And it was like, she says, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I said, disagree about what? You telling people to stay in a relationship if they've been cheated on. And I went, I never said that. I never said that. But that's what she heard in her mind. That's what she heard anyway. She heard that. That's what she heard. And I can't argue with that. But I will say this. I didn't say that. I said that sometimes, even in infidelity and where there's cheating going on, sometimes that marriage or that relationship can be saved. It can be salvaged. Sometimes, because I've witnessed people, I've coached people, I've counseled people where the relationship seemed like it was over, seemed like it was done, seemed like they were through. And through coaching, through counseling, through dedication and commitment from each other, that relationship got better. And to this very day, they have a dynamic relationship where somebody was cheated on. I'm telling you, I want to listen. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, like, comment, and subscribe. I need you to comment. I want you to hit that notification bell. I need for you to comment on what's going on and comment on what I just mentioned or what I just talked about. But to this very day, some of these people, are in great relationships and they were cheated on, or they were the cheater and they didn't continue cheating. Now, I know in most cases, in a lot of cases, when somebody cheats, in a lot of cases, they keep cheating. And, they say cheaters will always cheat. Well, yeah, cheaters, as I said before, cheaters, just because somebody cheated doesn't make them a cheater. They just happen to have cheated. Okay? Have you cheated on a test before? In school, you don't call yourself a cheater, do you? Because you did it once or twice or something like that, and then you kind of got away with it or you got caught, okay? But the cheaters, that's all they do is cheat. They cheat their way all the way through school. They cheat their way all the way through their relationships. They just cheat. Those people, you know who they are. You let them go. You let them go. And you kiss them goodbye. Good riddance. It's done. It's over. They'll be a repeat offender. They'll continue to do it. Get out of that relationship unless you want to stay. And some people decide they want to stay in those relationships. And I'm not one to say that you can't if you decide to. It's not for me. It's not for most people. But listen here. Some people say, I'd rather deal with the person that I know than deal with somebody new. And all those people have all kinds of different reasons for why they stay in relationships, whether they're toxic or not. When do you get out? Do you just bolt because somebody makes a mistake? They messed up one time and they're really remorseful about it. Do you just bail out? I don't think that you just do that automatically. I don't think you make that decision right off the cuff, because you just could be, you just could be getting out of a relationship that could be really good in the end. What if that person ends up being one of the most magnificent people that you've ever come in contact in your life? And because they messed up or made a mistake or made a poor decision or poor judgment, you're out, you're gone, and so is the life you could have had with that person. So don't make a rash decision. Matter of fact, don't make a quick decision at all. By all means, never make a rash decision. Okay? But consider the consequences when you make the decision to leave because somebody cheated, because somebody was disloyal. Okay? A lot of people think bad thoughts, but they never act on them. They don't act on them. They dream about it, but they don't act on it. And I understand that. And that's certainly not as bad as going through with the act. But I'm saying, what about you? Were you ever tempted? Did you ever get into a compromising situation where you could have cheated, but you didn't? Oh, but I didn't, but you came close, didn't you? For some of us, right? Or you know that guy that you couldn't wait to see every day you went to work. You know that you were woo. But you didn't cheat. But you consider that okay, right? You consider that okay. One didn't cross the line and one did. What I'm saying here is that I want us to understand that we're all human and we all are subject to cross the line. So it's, I'll never do that. Well, okay, then you're different than most people. But we all have it in us to make that mistake, to make the poor decision. Thank God, in a lot of our situations, we make the right decision. But sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't. And then sometimes, like I said, sometimes you need to bolt. You need to get out of the situation. No. I'm gonna stay in this. I'm gonna stay in this marriage. I got children and they need a father, or I got children and they need a mother. No, that might not be the wise thing to do. Because why you want your children to grow up in a toxic to witness a toxic relationship firsthand, where all you do is fight and argue and throw stuff at each other and cuss each other out and all that kind of stuff. Do you really want that for your children? Do you really want it? Probably not, right? Probably not. So then why would you stay in a relationship with where all they will see is that? You're probably better off just not being in the relationship, cutting it off. It might hurt, but it might be the best thing to do for you. I'm not telling you to. I'm just asking you to consider. And consider the consequences for your decisions. Whether it be to stay or leave, there will be consequences in our decisions. And like the young lady told me, I'm out. She says, I'm out. Walked up to me and said, I'm out. If he cheated, I'll disagree with you. If he cheats, I'm out of there. And that's fine. That's your decision. Don't mean it's going to be the right decision just because you made it. And doesn't mean it's going to be the wrong decision because you made it. What I am saying is understand that there will be consequences. And you might have buyer's remorse or seller's remorse. You got rid of this person and because you just couldn't see yourself with that person any longer because they made a mistake. Or because they made a poor decision. And because of maybe sometimes it's our ego and it's our pride. How could you do that to me when you came close to doing that to them? Or maybe you did. I don't know. What I'm saying is that understand that we're all humans and we all make mistakes. We're all subject to make mistakes. And I want for you people to say you're so quick to get out of a relationship because somebody cheats and somebody makes a mistake. What I want us to understand is in any relationship that has existed any length of time, there will be challenges in that relationship. Somebody's going to be tested a time or two. There's going to always be an opportunity to call it quits. And let me say that. I'll say that again. If you want out of a relationship, there will always be an opportunity, pretty much, for you to call it quits. That's the human experience. And when it comes to relationships, every relationship will be challenged. It comes down to, will you meet the challenge? Or will you just buckle and quit? Or will you decide to stay when you should be out? But what I'm saying is that if you want out, you can get out. Just give us some time and you'll have an opportunity to get out. Because she's going to make a mistake of some sort. She's going to make some poor decision. You're going to make some mistake or poor decision, and I'm not just talking about sex. Every time we talk about challenges in relationships, everybody wants to focus on the sexual part of things, but that's just a small part of it. Being put down every day by a spouse, man, that's shoot, I'd rather you cheat on me. Not really, but what I'm saying is that it's not just about sex. Sometimes it's just it's what we're not getting in a relationship, and you can get out. You'll have multiple times. If the longer that you're in a relationship, the more opportunities will come where you can get out if you want out. Oh, you've only been together a year. Okay. You haven't had that challenge yet. Try 2 years or 4 years or 5 years. Try 7. By the time you get to the 10th year, listen here, you probably would have had a couple opportunities to call it quits. But maybe miss out on a great life with somebody precious. Because you just wanted out. I'll say this too. People have needs. We all have needs. And we all have different, now we all have the same general type of needs. Food, clothing, shelter, affirmation, and all those things. We all have these we all have general needs. Okay? But we all have different needs outside of those general needs that we all have. I mean, there's a plethora of needs that I have. There's a plethora of needs that you have. And many times they're all different in many cases. All different. And I will say this, there is no one person that can meet all of your needs. I'll say it again. There is not one person that can meet all of your needs. No. Because humans have weaknesses. Humans come short in areas. Humans are immature. Humans develop at different rates of speed and time, in a different rate of speed, one from another. And guess what? What if one of your needs is that you need affirmation? Some people don't need a lot of affirmation, but you're a person, you need lots of affirmation. You want somebody to tell you that you're okay and that you're good looking or that you're smart and those things. And you're a person to have that need. And what if that person does not know how to meet that need? I mean, even after counseling and after coaching, they still don't know how to do that so well. Sometimes it's just a personality thing, right? And sometimes it's a weakness that they have and they're just not good at it. So what? So what now? Do you just bail out because they can't meet that need? What if that individual is a type of person where they need someone who's physically fit, and you're no longer physically fit, or maybe you never were, and they were hoping that you would get fit, and you never got fit, and you're not a fit person because of your body type and your makeup and your genetics. It's really hard for you to be a really fit person. I mean, really fit, and that other person needs that. Does that other person, because you can't fulfill that need of theirs, does that mean that that person has the right to just leave the relationship? Oh, they can. But is it something that, is it right? Is it right? Suppose you're a person who loves to eat right, and you really you really eat clean. I mean, you eat the right food. You eat all organic food. You eat, you get the proper rest, and you just really take care of your body. You eat the right things, and you don't eat fast food and this and that and the other. And your other person, they're not so concerned about eating clean and eating well, and they eat fast food a whole lot, and they don't want to change, and they can't change, or they have this thing, they don't have the will to change, and they're not changing. Do you just leave because they don't fit or fulfill the need that you have for a spouse to eat well and eat clean? Do you just bail out? No. Or do you go find somebody else that can meet that need? Then you go find that person that meets that need, and then that person has a weakness that a weakness where they can't fulfill a particular need that you have. And now you go to the next person, and you just keep jumping around. This is the reason why you have to work on self. Get self together, and where an individual cannot meet your need, then you meet it the best you can. You do the best you can. They don't want to change in an area, well then you know what? You get better in that area. Feel good about yourself. Get to the place where you don't need so much from other people. That's where we need to be. And I'll say this too. Many times before you get into a relationship, you might want to discuss some of these things that are really important to you. Because there's no need in getting into a relationship knowing that this person cannot fulfill a particular need that you have. If you need a man that's 6'3", then there's no need in you dating a guy that's 5'8". If you need that, because guess what? In that relationship, once you get in a relationship over time, you're probably going to step out and find that 6'3" guy. And now you leave the old the 5'8" guy in a lot of pain and hurt because because they couldn't meet your need. Does this make sense? I hope it does, because what I'm getting at is that we have to consider the consequences from the decisions that we make concerning those that might cheat on us or who have cheated on us. I'm talking about in a marriage, infidelity in particular. Don't be so fast to bail out on someone because they made a poor decision. You might be bailing out on the best person that you could ever be with. Oh, that's my soulmate. No, I mean I'm looking for my soulmate. There is no such thing as a soulmate. I believe that there could be multiple soulmates that you could encounter in your life, but you have to decide which one. I had a discussion with somebody before. They said, "Do you believe in soulmates?" Yes, to a degree. I do believe that but I do believe there's multiple people that you could be attracted to in your life. or that you could have been with in your life, or that you could have married, or that you could have partnered with. This might be another subject, but I think this is good too, because I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for a particular thing, look for it, but understand, you must understand that that person that you're looking for probably don't exist in its fullness that you have in your mind. Probably don't even exist. You're looking for Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect does not exist. That person you have in your mind probably does not exist. But you have to come to the understanding before you get into a relationship, or while you're in a relationship, you have to decide, what am I willing to put up with and what am I willing not to put up with? What's a deal breaker for me going in? Oh, well, we could talk about this forever. Maybe we'll do a part 3. I don't know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Or should I say, subscribe. We'll do this all again next week. Look at here. I want you to know this is Inspirational Rob, your guy. I'll be here for you weekly. You know what to do.